So today we're looking at algebra. We're looking at questions from 2017 to 2018. I start with 2018 and work our way down to 2017. Alright, I hope you enjoy this video and leave a comment. Let me know what you think about the solution and if it was helpful. Alright, let's get right into it. So our first question is 15p plus 55q minus 2 open bracket 3p plus 4q close bracket equal. So all we're going to do with this question is to simplify. Alright, and we start with our 15p, right? There's nothing there to simplify with this as yet, plus our 55q. Then we come up on negative 2 times 3p, so the bracket here, so we're going to distribute. So negative 2 times 3p, that gives us negative 6p. And then negative 2 times positive 4q, that gives us negative 8q. As a negative times a positive is negative. Good? So now let's simplify. And in simplifying, we're looking for the like terms. So here I have 15p and I'm grouping that with negative 6p. And the other two like terms would be positive 55q and negative 8q. So we're grouping the like terms, and that would be 15p minus 6p plus 55q. If you realize the sign that is in front of the term goes with the term, minus 8q. Simplifying, 15 minus 6, that is 9p, and 55q minus 8q, that would be positive 47q. Alright, and we're finished. That means our answer is indeed A. Good. Let's continue. So here we have negative, open bracket, negative 2q, close bracket, minus 3q. Let's see if we can remove the brackets. First step. So multiplying the negative times what's in the bracket. So negative times negative 2q would give us positive 2q. With or without the plus sign, it's positive. Minus 3q. And 2 minus 3, our answer is going to be negative 1q. Or we can just say negative q. Alright, whichever way you analyze it, same. Alright, continuing. 2 to the 6th divided by 2 to the 2nd. This is quite simple because we're dividing indices, right? We're dividing indices. We know that we subtract the powers. So it's 2 to the 6th minus 2, which gives us 2 to the 4. That means our answer is B. However, if we wanted to use another method, we could have expanded the 2 to the 6. So it's 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 divide by 2 times 2. 2 cancel 2, 2 cancel 2. We're left with 2 to the 4 because we're left with 4 2 there. And our answer will still be B. Good? Continuing. If p divided by 5 equals 20, then p equals, so let's go with that. P divided by 5 equals 20. What we can do is to turn 20 into a fraction by dividing by 1. Then we can cross multiply. So p times 1 is just p, and 5 times 20 would just be 100, right? Another thing that we could think of, another method, is that we could have p divided by 5 equal 20. We could multiply both sides by 5 to get rid of the 5 here, and we're left with p equals 100. But looking at the solution, the options, they don't have it to that very final step. They want to know what is it you're going to do to get the value of p, and all we did here is multiply, same thing that we did here. So our answer is D. So it's good for you to look at your options. Prevents you from working all the way to the end for some questions, as that is not expected. All right, and it's multiple choice. You're expected to be quick. All right, continuing. When 7 is added to 3 times a certain number n, the result is 22. All right, here we can do it whether we want to go from front or want to go from back. Very first thing is, we know that something is equaling to 22. The result is 22, right? And 7 is being added to something. And what is it being added to? So we have the 7 is added to 3 times a certain number n. So that is 3 times n, which is 3n. And that equals 22. As simple as that. Alright? So that's, I'm not seeing that answer. Wait a minute. If I'm not seeing 7 plus 3n equals 22, what if I'm seeing 3n plus 7 equals 22? Is that the same thing? Yes, it is. So my answer is indeed C. How is that the same? Well, 3 plus 2, that gives 5. And 2 plus 3 also give 5. So it doesn't matter the order. It's addition. It's going to be the same answer. Okay? Okay. So this question, if x equals 4 and y equals 2, then the value of x squared plus 3y divided by xy is, let's go. And where we see x, we're going to substitute the value for x as 4. And where we see y, we're going to substitute the value for y as 2. So let's do the substitution. So it says x squared, so that's going to be 4 squared plus 3. And what is the value of y? 2. So it's 3 times 2 divided by x. So it's going to be 4 times y, which is 2. So 4 squared is 16 plus 3 times 2, which is 6. Divided by 4 times 2, which is 8. And this gives me 22 divided by 8, which can be simplified as 11 divided by 4. But that's not in my options. They have mixed number. So I need to go further. Let's go on to mixed number, which is the same thing as 4 into 11 goes 2 times, remainder 3 out of 4. So it's 2 3/4. Are you seeing the answer now? Yes. So our answer is indeed D. Alright. Continuing. Given that 3 open bracket x minus 1 minus 2 times x minus 1 equals 7, then the value of x is. So let's go. 3 times x, we're distributing. So 3 times x gives us 3x. 3 times negative 1 gives us negative 3. Negative 2 times x gives us negative 2x. And negative 2 times negative 1 gives us positive 2. And that is equal to 7. Now we're going to look at our like terms. 3x, negative 2x. Other like term, negative 3, positive 2. And we're going to group our like terms. So this is 3x minus 2x minus 3 plus 2 equals 7. 3x minus 2x, that is x, minus 3 plus 2, or negative 3 plus 2, that is negative 1, equals 7. Now that we have our equation simplified to this point, we need to find the value for x. So we're going to go ahead and add 1 to both sides. And in adding 1 to both sides, that's out. We're left with x on the left-hand side equals 8. This one here, right? All right. Just erase that so you can see properly. All right, good. So our answer is that, which means it is C. X equals 8, which is C. Continuing. 4 divided by 5x plus 2 divided by 5x equal. So if we were doing any other fraction and the denominators are the same, all we would do is to add the numerators and the denominator goes back just the same. Same thing with algebra. Denominator is going to remain the same and we're going to add the numerator, 4 plus 2. I'm just writing this out. 4 plus 2 is 6 divided by 5x. So that means our answer is D. If x is an integer that satisfies the inequality 6 less than 2x less than or equal to 8, then when I look at this, the first thing that comes to my mind is simplifying. So I'm going to look at it and to see what I can divide into each of these terms to simplify this inequality. So looking through, I can divide through by 2. So I'm going to go ahead and divide each term by 2. So I'm dividing by 2, dividing by 2, dividing by 2. In dividing by 2, I'm left with 3 less than 2x divided by 2, that is going to just give me x, less than or equal to 8 divided by 2, that gives me 4. Are you seeing that response there? Yes. And pay attention to the response because B is similar, somewhat similar to A. You understand? The response here is somewhat similar to that response. And we need to be sure of the response that we're selecting, which is A. Alright? If x equals 4 and y equals 2, what is the value of x squared plus 3y divided by xy? What do you notice about this question? We just covered it. Alright? So we covered it here, right here. So this is a question that came on 2017 paper and is now on 2018 paper. What is this telling you? Questions repeat itself. Alright? So it's good for you to practice past paper questions because they do repeat. Alright, so we're not going to go through this. We're just going to continue. This question again. What you notice about this question again? It repeats itself too. We just did it here, and it's here. And if you look at it, it says given that. All they did is change the words, and then here they have if that. Well, the value of, this one is a little different. Alright, so this one is a little different. Then the value of x minus 1 is. Alright, here they ask us for the value of x. Alright, and here they ask us for the value of x minus 1. So this one is technically a little different. So we're going to work it just the same. And as a matter of fact, you don't need to do as much work as you did in the previous question. So let's go. 3, open bracket, x minus 1, minus 2, open bracket, x minus 1, close bracket, equals 7. So let's go. We're going to distribute. 3 times x gives us 3x. 3 times negative 1 gives us negative 3. Negative 2 times x gives us negative 2x. And negative 2 times negative 1 gives us positive 2 equals 7. In simplifying, we're grouping the like terms. So that 3x is going to group with that negative 2x. And then this negative 3 is going to group with that positive 2. So we group and we have 3x minus 2x, which gives us x, and minus 3 plus 2, which gives us minus 1, equals 7. And they're not asking us for the value of x here. They're asking us for the value of x minus 1. This they're asking us for. That's what they're asking us the value of. X minus 1. Right there. So we found our answer to be B. And again, questions look like question. Same question, they just tweak it a little different. So the requirement is just a little different. So it's also important for you to pay attention to see exactly what the question is asking for. Alright, to avoid making mistake. Remember, your answer is either wrong or right. Correct or incorrect. Alright, 8a squared equal. Don't be tempted to think that they're saying 2 times 8, which is going to give you 16, and then you put the square on the a. No, that's out. 8a squared means that you're multiplying 8a times 8a. So a times 8 is going to give us 64, and a times a is a square. So our answer is D. Alright, expression -2, open bracket, x minus 4 is the same as, let's expand. So it's -2 times x, which is -2x, and -2 times -4, which is +8. So which of them? Is it A, B, C, or D? It's definitely B. These are nice questions, solid questions. All right, let's continue. 2 to the 6th divided by 2 to the 2nd. What you notice about this question? We covered it already. We did this on 2018 paper. It's here again. So I don't need to work this out because it's the exact same thing that I did before. I know my answer is B. Good? Continuing. If m asterisk n equal m square minus n square, then 5/3 is. So this is what I tend to do with a question like this. I'm setting it out. And for me, I think alignment is very important. So this is the formula that they give. And I'm going ahead and I'm writing out the formula that they give. And then they say 5*3. So this is where the alignment comes. If they say 5*3 as they have it, I'm writing it under where I have my previous asterisk aspect. So it's 5*3. What does this tell me? This tells me that m values 5 and n, in this case, values 3. Good? So now I have square root. What's the value of m? It's 5. So I'm going to have 5 square. Minus n square. What's the value of n? It's 3. So I have 3 square. What is 5 square? Oh, that's 5 times 5, 25. And minus 3 square. What's 3 square? Plus 9. What is 25 minus 9? That is 16. And do you realize something? I keep my square root continuously. I don't drop it. Because the moment I leave my square root off, I'm losing. Alright? And what's the square root of 16? That's 4. Technically, it's positive or negative 4. But the only thing that they have in this question is 4. So that means our option is 4. Alright? So it's either -4 or, not put R, but -4 or +4. Alright? So that's it. James saves X dollars each month, but in March he saved $5 less than twice his usual amount. In March, James saved, so every month James saves X dollars, right? In March, he saved $5 less than twice his usual amount. So it is $5 less than twice his usual amount. So that means he saved twice his usual amount. So that is 2 times X less 5. You seen that happening? So he saved $5 less than twice his usual amount. So we start off coming from the back. He saved twice his usual amount, which is 2x, minus 5. Why we say minus 5? It's less than. So we're removing 5 from it. And this just simplified to give us 2x minus 5, which is D.